like if you're an aggressor,
Right.
you know, like you're seeking out people as prey, then you'd have to think in that manner. But when other people are coming at you with aggression,
Right.
What I teach is you just have to basically assume the worst, especially now that there's concealed carry. You know, I just train people to just assume that they have a gun. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's kind of how the mentality that I would teach people. So then basically, if you decide to encounter with somebody, it has to be like something that you really feel that is necessary. You know, rather than fighting off your ego or whatever. But like, I mean, it's just like visually, like you look at some people, their size, their height, their muscle definition and stuff like that. That already gives you like adequate preparation. But with the training, you're supposed to be able to like be really good with the ranges, so that you would like basically you're good with the range, so then you stay out of their range. Like they can know what they want to know, but if you know what your range is and how far they can reach and how far you can reach, they're not going to be able to hurt you.
Okay.
So basically it goes back to that whole distance thing I was talking about. You know, it's like and then if there's an encounter, as soon as they start throwing any sort of technique like a punch or a kick, you will know right there whether or not they have some type of background experience. Just their fighting stance alone will tell you that too.
Right.
You know, so the way that they
you tell if they're a wrestler or they're a boxer.
Yeah, the way that they first engage. But the whole, like I said, the whole thing is maintaining that distance. And then you put yourself in a position where they think they can hit you, but then you know that they won't because you have really good assessment of the range. And as soon as they throw a few punches or kicks, I mean, obviously, if they start kicking, then that's usually an indication that they try to study something, because usually people don't really kick. They'll either like throw a punch or they'll try to tackle you or something like that, you know. But most people out there will have not most, like everybody out there watches fighting, like watching movies with fighting, watching sport fighting. So they're visually being trained. It's just that as far as like actually putting the effort to get their bodies to engage in what they visually see, that takes more dedicated effort. So usually what it boils down to is when you see somebody that's really fit, you have to be prepared, because all it takes is just knowing some more combat and then they become more deadly.
Yeah.
But it's just like but somebody that's not really that fit, you know that you know already that you have an advantage on like certain things, like as far as like fitness or speed or cardio. So you could already assess like things that you would have a certain advantage in. You know, so for example, like if somebody's overweight, it'll be unlikely that they're gonna be like one of the best sprinters or runners in the world. You know what I'm saying? Because you already know that extra weight is gonna be a disadvantage for that aspect. But it doesn't mean. But basically, then another thing you gotta assess is somebody that weighs a lot. They naturally have like power in their
body,
punches.
because their body.
Yeah.
If they know how to use their body.
Yeah. Like even if they don't, the fact that they weigh more, it means they can push harder. It means that if they put their arms around you and they bear hug you, they're gonna have a stronger grip. It means that if they get a hold of you, you could be in trouble. It means that if you're close to them and they hit you, it could cause some damage. So basically, the way that it is, it's like almost like anybody that weighs more than you pretty much have to be cautious about being too close to them. You know what I'm saying? Because like one technique could take you out. You know, like they elbow you, they knee strike you, they punch you, they grab you. So basically anybody that weighs more than you, people that are taller than you need to be aware of how far they can reach. Like how far they can reach you with their punch. People that are taller, people that weigh more, people that are very fit. I mean, these are all things that you have to really assess and then give them, notice that they have an advantage of that and that aspect. So somebody might not be stronger than you, but the fact that he weighs more than you already gives him a certain advantage that you don't have.
Right.
You know, somebody might not be trained in combat, and you are, but then the fact that he's taller than you gives him a certain advantage that you don't have. So it's just that you just respect the advantages that they have. Like even the kids, I mean, they're not as strong, they're not as tall, but then they got this flexibility,
Yeah.
and they got this speed. You know what I'm saying? So everything, like even like the woman, like Annette, you know, she's not stronger, but you see the speed that she has.
Fast.
Yeah, she's fast. So imagine if she had a knife.
Right.
And you don't, like you could be in trouble. You know what I'm saying? Or you want that is something that you gotta be very aware of.
Yeah, I didn't think about it.
You know what I'm
She
saying?
probably won't knock me out, but she could stab me out.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. So it's just like, and you don't know what people are carrying. People carry pocket knives all the time. You know, people they could have a gun on them. You know, so. So you have to basically be aware of all that.